All right, Alex and Isabella, I think you should probably be catching on to the routine now, right? We start each day with 2 pages of review from the day before, and then we do the new lessons. So right now we're still working with this from yesterday, subtracting 0 and subtracting all. So you can see here, 6 foxes on the log. They all stay on the log. 0 jump off, 6 stay on the log. Here, 6 start out on the log. 6 jump off, so 0 are left on the log. Here, same kind of thing, just make sure you're actually counting. And then 3, 4, 5, and 6, you just do it on your own. Pause the video, and when you finish number 6, keep going. All right, so we've had this kind of thing before, right? Complete the equation. All right, here's the equation. 9 minus what makes 0. And then we're going to use the words from the box to do the sentence. So the words are difference, number, and the last one is subtract. Let's look at the sentence. When you blank a blank from itself, the blank is 0. Remember, you know what subtract means, right? That means you find the difference between 2 groups of things, or you take one away from another. A number, you know that. And difference, when we're talking about math, it doesn't mean this is white, but that one is different, it's black. Difference is the answer when you subtract. That's not exactly accurate, but that gives you the basic idea to work with for now. So, right here, you can see in this equation that you just completed, 0 is the difference. So when you, let's try some words. When you blank a blank, when you difference something, when you number something, when you subtract something, what word might go there? Try out different words in this space, try out different words in that space. Pause the video, work on that sum, and then start the video again. You have 4 stuffed animals. Here are 4. You give all of them to your friends. How many do you have left? Write the number for that right there, and then our review right here. Write the number of dots you see on each domino. Write the numbers in order. So this gets confusing to people, and it's actually not confusing. It just isn't very clear what they're asking you to do. Look at this first domino. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots, right? Put a 5 on that first line. Second domino, 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. Put a 4 right here. And then here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put a 6 here. Now on the second set of lines, you're going to write the number in order. These 4 numbers that you just wrote here. Write the smallest number here, then the next one, the next, and the next. So you're going to write these 4 numbers in order down here. Obviously, you don't have a 1 to start with, do you? So whichever one is smallest you begin with, but not necessarily 1. So same thing over here. And now we're ready to look at our new lesson. Add and subtract 1. So we were working with 0 before, and we were subtracting, either taking away 0 or taking away everything and ending up with 0. But now in this new lesson, 2.3, we're doing adding and subtracting 1. That's not too hard, right? So this says use linking cubes to model the story. Go ahead and just draw some circles. There are 7 kids on the bench, so go ahead and just put 7 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are very small kids, I think, or maybe they're very squished. 1 kid joins them. You can put some over here if you need to. Then the question says, how many kids are on the bench now? Go ahead and write that number right there. Then down here, there are 8 kids on the bench. That's what you have, right? 1 kid leaves. So cross out one of the circles up here. How many kids are left? So I don't think today will be too tricky. Let's look at what Newton the dog says. When you add 1 to a number, the sum, right? Remember, when you add numbers together, you get a sum. The sum is the next number when you're counting. So 4 plus 1, right? When you count 1, 2, 3, 4, the next number is 5. You already knew this kind of thing. It's just a different way to think about it a little bit more. And we'll be using this as a stepping stone to learn something more complicated in a little bit. When you subtract 1 from a number, The difference, and remember, difference is the answer you get when you subtract. The difference is the previous number when counting. So here we're subtracting 1. So imagine we're counting backwards from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So the number backward would go there. This is to get us started thinking about doing it on a number line. So here I want to talk about what you're seeing in these equations, or in these pictures to write the equation with. Can you see this one is subtraction? So you're going to look at what did it start out all together, because when we subtract, we write first how many all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. And then, can you see there's this one here in the yellow shirt that's going away? 7 minus 1. And then you can say how many children are left over here. Now look at this one. This one is addition. See that plus sign right there? That means we are going to end up with it all together, but we're going to look at the parts separately. So here is one part. Count those up. Write that number first. And then again, we have this child in the yellow shirt who's coming. So plus 1. And how much is it then all together? So same thing here. This is an addition. So here's one part. Here's one person joining them. Write that. This one is subtraction, so we're going to start thinking about them all together. Write that down. And then the 1 is leaving. How many are left in the pool? Here, starting with number 5, 6, 7, and 8, you're just doing the subtraction or addition. Now, 9 and 10, this says circle the problem with the greater sum or difference. So let's look at number 9, and then you can do number 10 on your own. Number 9 has 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1, right? Then it has 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1 is 3, right? Which is greater, 1 or 3? 3 is greater, so you're going to circle 2 plus 1. So number 10, figure out the same kind of thing right there. Now number 11. Pause if you haven't finished number 10 yet. All right. One of these two guys is correct. The other one is wrong. I want you, it says circle to show who is correct. Now here's the trick. Show how you know, right? So we don't just do the right or wrong one. We need to show how we know it's right or wrong. So if you chose Newton as the right one, go ahead and put maybe 3 little circles and add one more to see that that makes 2. Or if you think Descartes the cat is correct, go ahead and make 3 little circles, add one more to show that it's 4. Now, pause if you haven't gotten here yet. Finish everything else up here. You have 9 action figures, you know, the little plastic superhero guys. Newton has one more than you. And see this word? This says equations. So we need to actually write equations for these two guys. Here says Newton. Newton has one more than you, it said, and you have 9. So for Newton, our equation is going to be 9 plus 1, right? He has one more than you. Descartes has one fewer than you. So the equation for Descartes, we have 9, so you're going to write 9. Then we're going to write minus 1 because Descartes has one fewer. Now who has more, Newton or Descartes? Go ahead and look back up at your equations, figure them out, and who has more? This one is the same thing. I'll read it for you, but you guys are going to figure it out. You have 5 video games. Maybe you even want to draw little boxes for the video games to remind yourself you have 5. Newton has 1 fewer than you. Write an equation for Newton. Descartes has 1 more than you. Write an equation for Descartes. Then, not who has more, but who has fewer, Newton or Descartes.